There we go. That's better. Well, good morning. It's Wednesday. This is the day of where we're going to do our normal routines on Wednesdays. We check the meter. We do our temperature checks. We've got young chicks in the brooder inside. I'll have to check on the incubator. I'm going to candle what eggs are left. Maybe I'll take you along for that. But first we got to get everybody out, let everybody start eating and doing their thing. So I'll start with the young chicks first. Learn to get inside. Got on. Well, everybody's out fed. Happy. I got to figure out how I'm going to get the young chicks to move into the coop. They're out here getting wet at night, so because it's raining at night. So let's take a look at the river this morning. I actually lost a German Shepherd, an older German Shepherd, over the weekend, just up the road here a piece. So we've been kind of keeping an eye out for the German Shepherd. Hopefully we find it and everything works out favorably in that aspect. On the way in, I was thinking, how, if I found the doggy down here, what was I going to do? Well, I do have some feed, dog food, or not really dog food, but I've got some ramen noodles that I keep stashed in the powerhouse in case I get stranded down here, and I could always heat those up and feed them to the dog. I've actually had to eat some when I was down here working with the guy that when we put the electric line in up to the head gate. Simply because I was about half starved. So I ate one. I usually keep 2 or 3 of them in here, and I'm down to 1 now. So I do that because you never know. If we get a big storm, then I'm actually required to be here through the storm. So if it would be say we had a longevity flood or something, and then I would need to be here for at least 5, 6, 8, 10 hours additional. that would be, and it could be even later, even longer, depending on what's happening. So I always like to keep something here just in case. I know ramen noodles aren't the greatest meals. They don't provide the nutrients that you really need, but at least it gives you something. Something a little bit to sustain you. As long as I have coffee, I should be fine. As you know me, that's the most important thing at the powerhouse is the coffee. And I keep plenty on hand. Oh, we'll get a meter reading this morning. We'll go from there. Let me set you up over here so you can kind of keep an eye on it. Watch me as I do it. All right. You may ask why we have to do this every day, and it's so that we know what the production is of the, not only of the output production, but it also keeps track of what our voltage is, what our amperage is coming out. Now mind you, at this reading it's 32,600 volts. So you would have to convert that down so that you would know what your amperage is coming out of your powerhouse. And it can be done. We also take these same readings inside where we know exactly what's happening. I can tell by numbers what my amperages are, or how we're running. Right now we're not running much power. We're not running very high, very hot and heavy. One of the things you have to remember is with power, when you're generating at 4260 is their voltage coming out of the each generator. So that is a different voltage. We go through the transformer and we are increasing that voltage. Well, as voltage increases, the amperage then decreases. So we have more amperages inside the powerhouse than we do at the meter, only because our voltage has increased. And believe you me, today we ran. We're only at 0.7 on A phase, so there's three phases, 1, 2, A, B, C. On A phase, we're at 0.7 amps with 32,000 volts at 0.7 amps. You are still going to die. Because it's not the voltage, it's the amperage is what they say, but at that voltage, it will just fry you. So, low amperage can kill you, high amperage can kill you. Low voltage will really just make you tingle. High voltage will fry you. So it'll burn your feet off, especially if you're grounded through your feet. We got the hens out here getting some water. We'll check the tail race real quick while we're here before we go inside and check the chicks. Some shots of the mountain as we go down through, or the hill. Alright, well, tail race doesn't look much different than it did yesterday. You can see the lights are still on up there for the floodlights for the night. You can still see we're a little low. You can still see the water level, the mean level of the water, which makes the rocks darker, stains them. So that's where we normally are, and we'll be there probably into next week, because next week is supposed to rain most of the week. So by the end of the week, we'll be doing fine. Tomato plant is doing absolutely fine this morning. See a stack of wood here. When the county rebuilt the bridge, they told me that I could have some of the lumber off the decking. It is treated lumber. It has some bad spots in it. It has some rough spots where it's been nailed. Came apart, but it's free lumber. So I could build chicken coops out of that. I could build. I want to build a hoop house this year. Just put the hens in for the winter, and that might be the answer for the young chicks. We'll see. But it's free. You can go pay $30 per board for that. And they told me I could have as much as I wanted. I just have to drive up and pick it up, and haul it down here. Which, at 14-foot boards, gets to be quite a task when you have small trailers. So I see we got plenty of water laying on the coop again today, so we may have to scoop some of that out. There goes a log truck on the road. Don't know if you can catch that. Another load of lumber off of the lime timber. One of the things a lot of people are talking about this year, speaking of lumber, is firewood shortage. You would think we live in a forest, we could have all kinds of firewood, but the firewood here is owned by Lime Timber Company, who you're not allowed to go in there and cut. And also, we are in a state park, the largest state park in the United States. I think it's probably the world still. Nobody knew, so we're going to have to candle those. I'll get the flashlight. But anyway, so we're back to the firewood. Because of the paper shortage through the pandemic, when everybody was hoarding toilet paper, every stick of lumber that they are cutting out of here now goes for production of paper, which is not a bad thing. It was at one time up to the logger. He could pay the paper company a certain amount for every extra cord of wood that he took. Well, now they're not allowed to do that. And it used to be that you could go in and clean up at the logging sites where they bring everything down. The skidders pull the log out of the forest. They bring it to a central location where it is processed, stacked, and put on the trucks. And you used to be able to go in with permission and pick up whatever's on the site. You couldn't saw anything, but if you could pick it up, you could have it. My wife's cousin did that for a while, and we could do that. He gave us permission to clean up his site, so we would do that. We got one winter's wood out of it when we had to do that. We don't burn wood no more, simply because we're not there. So, anyways, firewood this year is really difficult to find. I've been trying to get people to come in and cut what's laying here, but the other problem is nobody wants to cut firewood. So, all right. Well, I've got my numbers. I got that. Better make a cup of coffee. But that's the most important thing we can do in the powerhouse. There's my ramen noodles. back here to chicks. They're doing fine. We're going to have to put some water in there, so I'll grab some water. Still got a little food. It's just ground up a little bit finer than what the hens are eating. But those young chicks are doing fine. We're going to have to candle these to take a look at them. Let me pull the chair over. Having trouble seeing through them, so I think I'm going to turn the light off. Oh! You look at this one, right there, there's a hole. Somebody's trying to come out of that one, so we'll leave that one there. These. We're going to set them out a little bit more, spread them out a little bit more, and then we'll be able to really tell if there's movement or what's going on. Get the shelves that are empty out. Throw those onto the compost pile. All spread out and everybody rolls back together. Now let me do that again. All right. Now we'll let them sit there. Couple days yet. The other eggs should be fine for a little while. The shells I just throw out here and the hens kind of break them up. I think it's a treat. Young chicks down there eating. Chickens will walk in their food every day. They never think of things like that. least one of those I know is going to be Easter egger. I think the one with the black spot on it, the two that have one of those that have a black spot, will be a Australot. And then we'll see. Maybe a Buck Orpington in there. So anyhow, that's going to wrap it up for today. I got chiropractor appointments this afternoon, and I'm going to put a tub shower combo in a camper this morning, so that's going to happen. It's an old camper, and it's at one of the permanent campsites. So I won't be able to get any film there because there's just no room in them places. Anyhow, so hopefully the sun's shining where you are. If not, make it a great day anyways. All right, we'll see you later.